The moral dilemma of early school start times. Hello, my name is James Korn. Raise your hand if you have ever stayed up late doing schoolwork and then struggled to get up early the next morning for school. Well, don't you think it's kind of wrong to put kids through this? That's where I want things to change, and that's why we should eliminate early school start times. The establishment of my credibility is because I have experienced a lot of late nights of homeworks. And then I've had to get up the next morning just to go to school again. As college students, we have all probably experienced one of those late homework nights where we're working on schoolwork due to whatever activity we were taking part in. We can probably all agree, though, that the worst part is waking up early the next morning to go to school. In this speech, I will first talk about the side effects of early school start times. Second, I will talk about how early school start times cause these problems. And lastly, I will talk about how pushing school start times back will solve these problems. Now I will talk about the side effects of early school start times. As stated in the article by the National Sleep Foundation, Backgrounder, Later School Start Times, teens suffering from sleep deprivation are more likely and more susceptible to suffer from depression. Among teens, sleep deprivation and epidemic, an article by the Stanford Medicine states that sleep deprivation is directly linked to drowsy driving. Whether it's depression, drowsy driving, and anxiety, those are just a few different effects of sleep deprivation among teens due to early school start times. Now that I talked about the problem, let's talk about what causes it. Scientists that study teen sleeping habits have stated that teens need no less than 8.5 hours of sleep a night. How is it possible for a teen to get 8.5 hours of sleep when they stay up working on schoolwork till midnight, then must be at school in their desk by 8:05 a.m.? It's not possible. And school systems know that it's not possible, but they do nothing to fix it. These school systems can fix the problem, but they choose not to. Why? Is it because they're out of touch, or simply they don't care? I believe it is because they don't really know how to fix it. Now that I touched on the cause, I will explain a solution. The solution would be make school start later. In an article called Make School Start Later, it talks about what happened after a school district pushed their start time back. It also talks about what to expect if you push back a school start time. The article states that it is achievable to push the time back, but you must expect backlash from parents that don't support it. Now, these parents are the minority because that school system learned that most parents supported the idea. The reason it is achievable is because if you push the day back, say 45 minutes, you can find small windows to take tiny bits of time out, such as you can take it out of class periods, lunch, recess, anywhere in there, and you can take small periods out so you don't have to extend your day so much. In review, I talked about all of the problems students face because of early school start times. I talked about the side effects of early school start times first. Second, I talked about what causes these problems. Third and finally, I talked about how we can fix these problems. In conclusion, I would like to ask why. Why would we put kids through this when all we have to do is start school a little later to help out all of these kids that are put through so much in this crazy world we live in?